I'm excited. I'm excited to get to do the November readings for the second half of the zodiac. I'm excited because it's starting off with Libra. I'm a Libra, so I'm excited to see what messages have been coming out. And the cards are just wanting to flip. And thank you for your patience because you waited a couple days longer than the first half of the zodiac, and I am grateful. If you do refer back to that video, the previous one, then you'll see a little bit of a general message for all of us for November at the beginning of the video. And I'm going to see now if there's a message for all of us, all the signs, to add to that, since it's been a couple of days. Let's just see. Thank you, sir. Any messages for all of us for November? And it is, wow, the card about manifestation, the unknown card. This is the card about the divine saying, what is it that you want? Now, this is really powerful because my shaman friend, Jen Huber, who I'll link to in the description below. By the way, I'm also going to put a link to some events coming up, including a couple where she'll be featured as well, and one with Mary Jo Cranmore of Soulful Revolution TV. So please check that out below. I'm going to put those links in and go back and put them in the other video. So the reason I say that is because a message came through Jen today about how powerful right now is for manifesting. Right now, it's like the combination of you, the journey that you've gone through, and these energies now are just forming the perfect alchemy, the perfect conditions for really, really powerful manifestation. And that's exactly what the divine is confirming with this card, because this card is all about, you name it. What do you want? What do you want to see in your life? How do you want it to feel? How do you want it to be expressed through you? And that means, you know, you're also releasing control of exactly how it unfolds to the divine, but the divine is asking you, what do you want? You name it. And then, you know, work in conjunction with the divine. So as you're asking for this, Spirit saying, you know, okay, take the actions you're being guided to take. If you're aligned with that, what it is you've said you want, then take those actions, think those thoughts, speak those words that are in alignment with that, and you're going to see amazing things unfold. This is really powerful for right now when you're watching this, and for the month of November. Also, that one of the events I was just talking about is all about manifesting, getting in that manifesting power. It's intentional magic is the name of it. So it'll be in the details below. So that said, we're going to timestamp all of these signs. So you can skip right to yours, and we're going to start with Libra. So for Libra, what are the messages for November? Thank you, thank you. What would you like Libra to know? Wow. Starts with Temperance. Now the card did a little bit of a flip-flop, okay? And synchronistically, that's telling me that November is going to be about keeping in balance for Libra, and it may be a little challenging. It's like when you're doing acrobatics and you're like, you know, doing a tumble, you have to maintain that center of gravity in the midst of the tumble, okay? And that's what they're showing me for Libra for November. It is going to feel like you are being tumbled around. It is going to feel like you are, whoa, you know, sort of, I'm seeing like a barrel going down a hill. But stay in your balance as much as possible. Magic is going to be happening in the midst of that tumbling feeling, in the midst of that flip-floppy feeling, so just trust. I'm going to put this down here, okay. Other messages for Libra in November. The moon. Yeah, definitely there's going to be some rockiness, some tumbling. This is, the moon is your fears being illuminated. Okay, so that agitation is going to bring out any fears that need to be triggered out to be mirrored and released in November. Now, yes, you've been doing a lot of this. And yes, you've been doing a lot of this in October as well. It is going to continue, but it's going to be very powerful, again, with regards to manifestation too. Because this moon, you know, the new moon in Scorpio is coming up this week on November 7th. So it is a very powerful manifestation time. This new moon particularly is about forgiving and self-forgiveness and coming into your own power very, very strongly, your own divinely connected power. So moving into all this as you come into balance in November within, and it's about alchemizing, it's about understanding, I'm getting all the elements of yourself, Libra, so that you can work with them more fully, okay? And then that's going to lead you to the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is all about reconnecting. In this deck, the Crystal Visions deck, it's particularly about reconnecting with your inner child. And look how beautiful. It's about reconnecting with the magic, the magical power of your inner child. So here, the child is extending the one cup, one of the six, to the woman, okay? Leaving the Five Cups behind, and the Five of Cups is about loss and mourning. So you're leaving that behind. You're going into this new energy in November, Libra, of connection, love, excitement, and wonder, and allowing miracles to happen with that Six of Cups. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. So any other message for Libra for November? It is the Eight of Pentacles. So it's going to be really important as you are maintaining your balance in the midst of this kind of tumble, free fall kind of deal in November, and you're being reconnected strongly with your inner child passion, that you're going to focus on the work that's in front of you and channel this passion, channel this magic into the work that the divine is putting in front of you. The divine is going to show you very clearly where you're intended to put that effort, that energy, where you're intended to channel that creative power tangibly in the physical world with the Six of Pentacles. So as that happens, just maintain your focus. Maintain your balance with this Temperance and your focus with this Eight of Pentacles on the work ahead of you in the physical world, okay? In the physical world. Two of Wands. Okay, so I said in the physical world twice because they're really emphasizing that because it's the only Pentacles energy here, okay? Because then we have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about, they're just showing me two ends of electrical wire connecting, okay? So it's about that soul spark attracting another soul spark and things happening from that that are going to open up a whole new world to you. So because this is Wands, we have Cups here for emotions, we have Temperance with the mixing of the soul and the emotional, and then we have those spheres coming out to be illuminated. This card is particularly important because in the midst of all that energy in November, Libra, you're going to need to just focus on the work in front of you one step at a time. And one step at a time will lead you here. And, you know, you can see this as coming together with someone else. It will lead you here. But it is very important, I'm getting, Libra, for you to focus on that work. Okay, let's see what other messages come out. For Libra for November, thank you. Okay. Wow, this is exciting. Blossoming abundance. And I flip it. I'm not reading reversals right now. There have been times when spirits have me do that, but not right now. So blossoming abundance. This is about when you're focusing, and it is a 3, which is about the energy of being in balance within, combining that balance within or with a partner or both with the divine for that holy trinity of the 3, that leading you to abundance. Okay, so when you're in that zone, Libra, this month of really focusing on your work, really zooming in on what is being shown to you one step at a time to do, that's going to lead you to so much abundance. So beautiful. This is really, really nice. And I'm feeling this for November. It's like a real harvest type of energy. There's an owl. So much divine wisdom. There's a butterfly. So much transformation. And you can see coins hidden throughout this blossoming. You could see these coins everywhere. So I am getting this is going to be very much Pentacles. This is going to be very much physical abundance, financial. You are aligned. You are focusing on your tasks. So you are going to be receiving this. Now, with this deck, what we've been doing is delving into, for each sign, the block that is just mentally, blocking you from all these things coming in. So the block that's come out for Libra is a block to your dreams coming true. So this is Libra going, oh wow, this is too good to be true. This is you saying, oh, well, where's this abundance going to come from? How is this going to happen? Oh, this might be too hard. It's just you blocking that your dreams are coming true, that you're being supported. And, you know, fortunately, this is awareness, you know, clears this block because your dreams are coming true. It's happening. Okay, so we're just going to ask for spirit guidance around bringing awareness to and clearing this block. This block to believing your dreams can come true. It's all about seeing the truth. It's all about seeking the truth and seeing beyond the veil. This is like the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is about having been betrayed, having felt like someone has stolen something from you or lied to you, okay? Or you've been deceived. And so perhaps in the past you've been deceived, you've been lied to, you could not believe, perhaps it could be that you even were lying to yourself. And you couldn't believe, you know, things in the past, so it's difficult to believe now that these dreams are coming true. There's your train synchronization. So this is showing you moving beyond the masks, peeling away the masks, Libra, in November. You're going to be peeling away the masks, both your own and then others, you know, being peeled away because you're peeling away yours, okay? To see the light, to see the truth. And that light is that light from that dreams coming true card. That is your dreams coming true. So what Spirit's saying here is all that there is to do to remove the separation between you, Libra, and your dreams coming true in November is to just peel away that illusion, that illusory layer that is the mind and its perceptions, its false realities, and you moving into the truth in love, in unconditional love for yourself, for everyone around you with this pink. Moving into this truth. And this 7 is divine guidance. So following your divine guidance as you do this. It's just beautiful. I could just feel the beautiful spirit energy behind that message. Thank you. Okay, so for Libra, what message from this deck? The Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine deck. Let's see. God of Obstruction. Makes total sense with what we just saw because this is the card about obstacles. This is the card Ganesh is the god of removing obstacles. So what it's saying, look, this is yellow. This yellow is the color of the 3rd chakra, which is the chakra of your personal power, stepping into your connection and personal power with the divine, which is going to move those obstacles. So when you're feeling empowered, when you're feeling like, yes, my dreams are coming true, I am co-creating with the divine, and anything my mind cannot fathom, because there's this veil of illusion in the mind, which is also signified, you know, it's also the mind, the layers of the mind being peeled away here. So that's removing obstacles. The only thing it takes to remove those obstacles is removing the perception of the obstacles. Thank you. That was just channeled straight through. Okay, so let me see if I can get it again. The only thing that is an obstacle is the perception of the obstacle. I'm trying to absorb that myself. Wow. Okay. So what the divine is saying is when you are looking at something and not perceiving it as an obstacle, it ceases to be one. When you're in this connected power. Wow. Okay. Wow. Really feeling the power of that. Okay. So next is message from Mother Mary. Let's see. Thank you. For Libra, for November. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful toward myself and others. Okay. So because Libra, you're going to be making a lot of changes in November, because you are going to be focusing so hard on your work and you're keeping in balance and you're removing of those obstacles through the divine through you removing those obstacles and you removing your perception of them, it's important that you remain in a space of love, of open-heartedness for yourself and for others, because you're going to be making a lot of changes in November, Libra. Stay in that space of grace, of mercy, of love, of openness. Because you can have a tendency this month, Libra, especially you know, myself included, being a little bit, getting in that Queen of Swords zone of like, this has got to go, and this has got to go, and this has got to change, and da-da-da. And it's going to be important to stay in a merciful space, a loving space, a space of divine love for yourself and for others. And this will help you do that, this oracle message from the art through the eyes of the soul deck. You are cherished and protected. Remembering that you're protected, and again, twice in your reading, Libra, this unconditional love pink has shown up. So remembering that you are held in unconditional love, and remembering to hold yourself and others in this unconditional love as everything that unfolds in November and changes your life in the ways that it is, with your dreams coming true. So thank you. That's beautiful, Libra. We're going to move to Scorpio now. What is happening for Scorpio in the month of November? What is your messages? What are your messages for Scorpio in the month of November? Speaking of Queen of Swords, as we were for Libra, this was showing up for Scorpio. So like Libra, Scorpio, you're going to be in a space of, okay, I know what's right for me. I know the truth for myself. I'm clear. You have a clarity. You're going to be moving forward in that clarity, okay? Now, it's funny because although I don't read reversals, all of the cards, there we go, all the cards were coming up upside down no matter which way I turned the deck. I don't know if you noticed that. And that was synchronistically telling me, for you, Scorpio, that this month everything's going to be turning right side up for you, actually, because this card that came out right side up was the Emperor, showing you coming into your power, Scorpio, and that is making everything right, okay? So it has felt for a while, clearly, like you've been hanging upside down, Scorpio, like the Hanged Man. You've been hanging upside down. You have seen things from that different perspective. Your world has been shifted, has been turned on its ear so that you could understand things in a new way, and so that the divine could hold you still while you received what you needed to receive, this clarity, moving into this love, which we'll talk about. And so that has made everything turn right side up. And now you're solid, you're in command, you're in control in November because of that. So any sense, now here we go, any sense that you've been through, you know, so much pain, so much confusion over the past couple of months or weeks or possibly years, you're healing from all that pain now. This is your time of healing in November, and this is your time of feeling things come into balance because you are in control now with the divine. And you're seeing your co-creations, your manifestations take flight. See how this hawk is flying away with the crystal ball here? That's because the Emperor, you, have become clear in this process about what it is that you want, and you're sending those manifestations, those requests out to the divine so you can see them in your life and your healing while you allow that to happen. Okay, so this first card, the Queen of Swords, is about you having come into this mental clarity, this truth. You know what's right for you, and you're not messing around anymore. You're like, no more. No more of what's not right for me. Not tolerating that anymore, okay? And then this next card with the Queen of Swords, you have the King of Cups. So this is showing you being very in command within yourself, having come to this truth and clarity, and having come to this depth of emotion and healing and love within yourself. So that you can now give yourself and others just boundless, endless love. It's inexhaustible because it's divine, because it is coming from this clarity and this connection within yourself to spirit. Okay, so you're ready to move forward in truth, to give love, and you are in that love. You are that love. Okay, and because you've been in this state of suspension of not being able to act for a while, of not being able to take action, having to surrender, that has moved you, turned everything right side up into this state of power where you can manifest, release your manifestations. You're going to see them come in. It's time to release, though. November for you is the time to release. And I'm going to ask for clarification here for Scorpio, but November is a time for you to release and rest while you allow those to come in. There we go. In divine timing. In divine timing. So November is all about, Scorpio, you releasing, doing the releasing part of manifestation. You've already put it out there. You've already put what you want out there, so release it. It's important to do that because you've worked hard up to this point. Now is the time to release and allow it to come in divine timing. The Wheel of Fortune's turning. Allow what you've asked for to come in divine timing this month, and it will. That's your confirmation. It will, okay? And here we go for Scorpio. This is powerful. I'm really feeling it. My heart chakra for you, Scorpio, because look, you've done all this healing. Right, like that Four of Swords. You've done all this healing. These past few weeks have been very difficult. You've been releasing, purging so much, healing so much, so that you could see your wishes, your desires come in. And you are seeing that in November after you release, after you rest, after you heal. You're going to see all of this come in. And also, okay, so this is the deck we've been using for identifying what the block is in your manifestation. What is the block to your co-creation? Here, your block, Scorpio, is a block to being nurtured, feeling supported, feeling like you can give and receive that love. So that King of Cups is showing you coming into a depth of love, emotion, and ability to give to others. This nurture card is showing, in this case, a block to receiving and giving, and because you've been in that hangman, you know, it's partly because you've been in that place where you feel like, well, what can I do? But it's going to be time, and because you're in this time of healing and resting, but it is going to be time to receive and give love and nurturing and shine your light. So we're going to ask Spirit, what is the message around releasing this block? This block. Okay, what is the message from Spirit around releasing this block for Scorpio? To nurturing, giving, receiving, moving into this new beginning. Okay, so what I'm seeing is you've been held still for so long as you've integrated all of these things, these changes, this clarity, this emotional growth and flow. And now Spirit's guiding you to allow this new beginning to happen. It's like allow yourself to see the rainbow that's coming after the rain, okay, that's here. Allow yourself to align with this new life, this new vitality, this joy. And in order to, you know, be in this beautiful new life energy, you have to be that beautiful new life energy, which is about nurturing yourself, allowing that nurturing, that love to flow out to others. And that's going to put you here. Okay? I do feel like there's one more coming out from this deck for Scorpio. So right now, it's important for you to listen to your guidance and to listen to others, whether this is a partner or just what the people around you are telling you. Really listen. Really listen and ask yourself, what is this telling me about myself? What is the divine telling me through these messages, these people? What are your guides telling you about moving forward into this new life? But for you, Scorpio, I am getting a lot of energy about this being a time to be still. Wrong deck. Being a time to be still and listen so that you can move forward in this new energy, allowing yourself to heal, knowing that what you've manifested is coming to you in divine timing, okay? For Scorpio. One message for Scorpio, please. Thank you. Okay, yeah. This is what I've been getting. There's a lot of healing and releasing that's happening around you, Scorpio. This is releasing grief and anger. It's another number one, just like that number one with new vitality we just got. So it is very important, Scorpio, that you take this time now to really release all of this grief and anger, all of these feelings of loss, of sadness, anything you feel that you've had to heal from. It's going to be important to heal. And see how she's resting in bed? She's resting in bed, and she's allowing herself to feel, to release. And it's very, very important that you allow this time so that you can move forward, so that partner that you would want to be here can come in. But until this is all released, purged, healed, that new can come in. That new vitality, that new life, that new partner, or that new version of your current partner. But for you, Scorpio, there is a lot of energy around healing, resting, and allowing this to happen in November. Just trusting that new beginning, that new love, that new life is coming in. It is, okay? So Mother Mary is giving you tenderness. I'm both gentle and powerful. So it is powerful to be tender. It is powerful to forgive. There's a lot of forgiveness that's coming with that healing, with that releasing anger and grief. And it is powerful to move into that tenderness, and it will bring more love into your life. And make sure you have that tenderness and love with yourself as well, okay? Forgiveness with yourself as well. Anything that's been going on. But really, after November, so much beauty and love and peace and joy is going to come in for you, Scorpio. This time of releasing healing is important for you. Allow yourself to be comforted during November. Allow yourself to just sort of, go into that sense of comfort and warmth and knowing that you're supported. Beautiful. Embrace enlightenment. Yeah, this is what's happening for you in November, Scorpio. You are coming into a new level of enlightenment, of understanding, and of love with this pink flower here, this pink rose. Unconditional love. And, you're moving into this beautiful new beginning. Shows kind of a craft up here. Could also be seen as cloud formation, but either way, it's signifying that you're receiving a lot of divine guidance, understanding, and messages right now. Just like that listen card, it's very important for you to listen to what's coming in. However you view it, however you view that guidance coming in, very important to listen. It's going to be guiding you into this new part of your journey, this new part of your life. It's going to be completely different from what came before. The pain that came before, everything that came before, you've completed that cycle, you've healed that. Now it's time to rest so you can move forward into this new level of enlightenment. That's beautiful, Scorpio. Thank you. It will be a very profound month for you. And now we're going to look at Sagittarius, asking into what messages are there for Sagittarius. Thank you for November. Sagittarius for November. Starts with the Tower. Okay. And I'm really feeling this Tower, in this particular case, as a really good Tower. This is good. Sometimes the Tower is good. Sometimes the Tower is like, oh, finally. Finally. Yes, finally we can move forward because it's followed up by the Eight of Cups. So finally we can move away from that pain, that emptiness, that unfulfillment, the cycle of unhappiness that had been happening. We can move out of this feeling of being left out in the cold, finally, in November, because of this clarity. So the Tower moment for Sagittarius, you may have already experienced this, or you're in the midst of experiencing it. See the freedom that comes from that lightning strike? It's like, okay, this tower, this big imposing tower can go down, flow into the sea, which is representing emotions here, emotional freedom. You no longer have to be strong. I'm getting Sagittarius. You no longer have to be so strong. Air quotes, strong. Because now you're receiving your strength from the divine. So you can crumble into your emotions. You can crumble into your heart space, which is infinitely stronger and more powerful than that tower of your own personal strength, mental strength, right? Think about that. Sure, a tower made of stone is strong, but how much stronger is the ocean? How much stronger is the power of the ocean, which is your emotions, your heart, your strength through vulnerability, through the divine? So much more powerful than the mind, which Spirit has taken care of here. And then the freedom that comes from it. Wow. So November is about freedom from that for you, walking away from the pain that was caused by that old way of being, walking away, being no longer, because of the tower, in this energy of feeling out in the cold and lost and abandoned. No longer feeling that. It's like, I'm getting here this energy of like finally finding warmth and comfort and light after such a long time of being in that dark tower and feeling isolated, Sagittarius, because you are now coming into this clarity through this tower moment in November and transformation through that, and so much illumination, so much light. Thank you. The Magician card wants to come out. So much manifestation power through this shift. The Nine of Swords. This is the end of worry. In this deck, the Nine of Swords is actually quite restful. Unlike in other decks, it's quite restful. She's fine and relaxed in this red, representing her real physical existence. You're fine and relaxed. And you have this sword of truth, this Queen of Swords. So you're resting in that clarity, having moved out of all of the worry, anxiety, and fear that this tower contained. It was a tower of fear. It was a tower of worry. And it was struck down, or is being struck down, one more. And that's bringing you peace and clarity. That's a biggie. Sagittarius, this is a big month for freedom for you. God coming in, giving you freedom from your own mental prison. Sagittarius, and opening the door. I am just getting so much about that tower coming down, that door being open. It's like you're being freed from Alcatraz, coming out into this new life. Free from the worries, free from the fears, free from the anxiety, and stepping into this beauty. And it adds up to a 7. So following that soul guidance, that divine guidance, Sagittarius. Now this is what is blocking, Sagittarius. What is your block to receiving everything that's coming in for you? What is your block to manifesting right now? Maybe there's not one. Let's see. Maybe there's not. Whoa. Okay, well, what flies out is, see this rainbow here, this new life? What flies out is your block is a block to that idea that you're coming into a completely new life. So mentally, you may be in a bit of resistance, saying, how can this be true? Which is understandable because, you know, they're showing me the image of like a prisoner who has been in prison for so long and then they're free, and it's difficult for their mind to really fathom that they're truly free, that they can go and move and have a life and, you know, not be confined. And there's that thing of like, well, I don't know how to do that. So for Sagittarius, there's this sense of, I don't know how to live here. How do I do that? So there's the block. So let's ask for guidance around removing that block for Sagittarius. What is the guidance around removing that block to that new vitality, that new life? All about opening up to the possibilities and releasing your grip on what has been physically, because this is like the Four of Pentacles, which Four of Pentacles is like this gripping energy, gripping onto what felt secure, what felt real. That tower as unpleasant and fearful as it was, felt real. It felt secure, right? So Sagittarius is an energy of like, you're holding on, just like that prisoner. Like, this is what feels secure to me, even though it was confining and awful and fearful. And so your shifting guidance is to open up, to trust, to release that grip. And it will take working with your mind continuously, because it's difficult to change the way we're conditioned to think about ourselves, to change the way we're conditioned to think about our lives. But that's what you're receiving guidance and help in doing right now in November. Beautiful. I love this reading for Sagittarius. I'm feeling it in my body, this sense of like the chains coming off. Like, it just feels like, oh. And there's this time of like, ooh, that hurt. So you're kind of soothing yourself. It's like, oh, my body has been in chains and it hurt. And it's time to soothe yourself and allow yourself the time you need to adjust to the freedom. Of course, it's going to feel strange at first. Allow yourself, to adjust that freedom from the mind, to be in that space of the spirit and the heart. It's going to take a little time. And the sacred sexuality card is about that second chakra, that sacral chakra. It's there to pull you along, to be a magnet, to help you, to bring you into that passion. It's going to help bring you out of that mind. So go with this energy in November, is what I'm getting. It's going to lead you toward love. Go with what you're feeling, with that passion, with that magnetism. It's going to lead you toward everything good, because what part of this is ruled by the mind? What part of this is confined by that tower of the mind? None of it, right? Nothing fearful here. So follow that energy when it comes this month. Follow it where it's leading you. Okay. There's a card I missed on the table. Okay. There's another Mary message for Sagittarius. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix this. I just bent that card. Let's fix it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Miracle in November for Sagittarius. So it is going to be such a shifting month for you. You are coming into something miraculous. This is that tower. So even if you may view it as something tumultuous or difficult, when you change your perception and see it as this miracle that it is for you, that's bringing you into freedom, that will help you so much. I trust in God to know the perfect solution in this situation. Trusting in God to know the perfect solution for you, to know what you need. Okay? And for Sagittarius, the oracle message. Visualize healing. Yes. So as you move into the heart, and I'm getting here, it is important for you to do a lot of energy cleansing this month, because you are releasing so many old energies, so many old thought patterns. There's a synchronistic beep for you, that it is important for you to move to cleanse. And this specifically is talking about burning sage. So it is important for you to cleanse your energy and just visualize the healing that you are moving into with this shift. That freedom that you are moving into. Beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous, Sagittarius. So you are going to be experiencing a month of extreme shift from confinement to openness, from confinement to freedom, from limitation to everything you could possibly dream of, just opening up to you, because you're shifting into the soul, into the heart, into that sacred, divine, co-creative place. Okay? So this is for Capricorn. Capricorn is now. Okay? Capricorn. What would you like Capricorn to know? First is Eight of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so Eight of Cups, you're moving away from that painful past. And you're ready to move into the Nine of Cups, I'm getting. You're ready to move into that fulfillment, into that sense of abundance, into that sense of plenty as far as your heart goes. You're like, I'm just getting like that. Oh, they're just giving me Scarlett O'Hara. at the end of Gone with the Wind, not at the end, the middle of Gone with the Wind, when she says, as God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. As God is my witness, I will never go hungry again. That's what you're saying, Capricorn. As God is my witness. This is emotionally. You'll never go hungry again. Spirit chills with that one. Okay. Spirit energy around that. You'll never go hungry again, because as she's in that movie, as she's saying that, she's clutching this carrot from the ground. So she has dug this carrot. You didn't know you were going to get a whole Gone with the Wind tutorial, but Scarlett has dug this carrot out of the ground. They've been starving. She's clutching it, and she's eating it, and she's just, you know, desperately eating this carrot and saying, as God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. This they're showing me is that carrot, okay? Because you have dug deep to get to this Ace of Wands. You have worked hard. It's like they're showing me you have dirt under your fingernails. You have clawed. You have scraped. And you have dug that carrot out of the ground of your passion, of your soul, of your fire, of your divine connection, of your destiny. And as God is your witness, it's going to happen. I'm getting this really determined energy for you, Capricorn. It's like, wow, okay? So let's see what else. And here we go. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. You will never go hungry again. No more Eight of Cups. No more unfulfillment. No more disappointment. No more emptiness. It's about the Ace of Cups. Your cup runneth over. You have that Ace of Wands spark, and you have all of this joy and fulfillment and love and peace. Inner peace. And manifestation power with these moon cycles here. Because you are that love. You're seeing that love come into your life. It's beautiful. Wow, Capricorn. You have really, I mean, in walking away from all that old, you know, pain, you and all those old patterns, all the ways that you would have been contributing to those cycles, you're really shifting into this new beginning. And November is going to be about balancing in this energy, using this energy, learning how to be stable in this energy. Because it's like, okay, there we go. So just like we just talked about with Gone with the Wind thing. When someone is starving, when someone has been starving, this is an intense energy, so I'm feeling it, so I have to kind of breathe through it. And then someone has this kind of meal. Wow. I mean, this is like a feast. This is an endless feast. It takes some time to stabilize. You know, they're giving me like, you have this amazing meal after you've been starving, you might throw up. You might be a little sick, okay? That's okay. It just takes some time to balance in those energies. So if this abundance and this spark and all this intensity has you feeling a little bit queasy, either physically not right in your body or just mentally just kind of queasy, just remember in November to take the time to stabilize, to be gentle, and to allow yourself to come into balance. You have transformed through this. So allow yourself to come into that. That's beautiful. Thank you. That's an amazingly intense message from Spirit. Thank you. One more for Capricorn. Okay, I had that and they made me lose it, so I'm going to do it again. One more for Capricorn. Now there's too many. One more for Capricorn, please. Okay, so it's the Two of Pentacles. So again, with coming into balance, you may still be feeling like you are trying to find your footing enough to leap into this new beginning, of this Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands new beginning. I'm going to get a little clarification on this Two of Pentacles. So it's just finding your balance some more to move forward in that. Okay, yeah. Because with this Five of Swords, this is about the fear of the pain recurring. You know, this is sort of like as you're balancing. The call, thank you. So this is about further coming into this balance, because as you're balancing, as you're finding your footing in this new beginning, swords are purely mental. These are purely mental, so they are illusions because they're what's happened in the past. They're not what's happening right now. You're afraid if you take a wrong step, it's going to lead to pain. Because here, the Two of Swords in her back, this is past decisions they're showing me right now. Okay, the Two of Swords is a decision that needs to be made. And because this is in her back, with these memories of the past represented by this raven, this is reminding you of the pain of old decisions. This is like ghosts of the past, replays of the past coming back, flashbacks. And here with this man walking away with the Three Swords, this is like that old pain that you just see in the distance, that old heart pain. Ghosts of this. The person who is starved will never forget what it felt like to starve. Never. But here you are. So while you may never forget the pain of the past, and while you may in November feel like you're taking these first baby steps into this new life, do not lose sight of this. How could you? It's so beautiful, it's so big, it's so bright. Amazing for Capricorn. Wow, okay. Feeling that one. More for Capricorn, thank you. Wow, look at that crown chakra. So in November, that Ace of Wands, this crown chakra lit up. It's bringing so much change. 5. Moving you away from that 5. Moving you into this completely open and guided way of being, where you know you're being sustained by the divine, where you know this plan is unfolding for you and it's beautiful. You're completely in touch. And I'm getting this for November for Capricorn. You're going to be coming into an explosion of these gifts, even more, of your gifts, of your guidance, of your openness. Wow. Meditate even more in November than you might be right now. There's the guidance that's coming through. Meditate even more. Can never meditate too much. Now this is going to look into the blocks for Capricorn. What is the block for Capricorn right now to manifesting? It is a block to releasing control to the divine. Of course, after experiencing so much pain and, emotional starvation, yes, you would be reluctant to give up control. But remember that by turning over to control to the divine, coming from your higher self, that's bringing you more and more into connection, into abundance with this 8, into everything good, into never being hungry again. So remember. You're showing me that pendant. It's a heart with a crown on it. So knowing the source of your power is your heart. The source. Let your heart lead you. Okay, so this is going to be the guiding, shifting guidance for Capricorn. Moving away from that block to giving up control into springing out of that. Okay, this card is the Three of Swords. So it is about emerging from that past pain. The Three of Swords has already shown up before in the reading. So or in the Five of Swords. So it is about coming out of that old pain. Okay, here is that place of pain and lack, springing up out of it. So this is the shift. It's moving from a place where you don't want to give up control into a place where you're diving and open and trusting and asking the divine. Trusting the divine to bring in everything you need. And they're really showing me this. For Capricorn, this is very complex energy they're giving me. It's beautiful. So much they're showing me. Remember the Two of Swords that was in her back before, that old decisions, old pain. That could be decisions that were yours or someone else's. Look at how healed that is through opening up. Through opening up, you're moving forward, you're opening, you're receiving, and that's healing coming into where that wound was in the back. So even though the past can't be changed, it can be healed and is being healed through that new energy. Beautiful. Okay, for Capricorn. Coming into balance. Again, with that temperance message. Allowing yourself the time to come into balance, to come from that place of lack into this place of plenty, of feast, endless feasting, and just feeling yourself come into balance, practicing what it is to be in this trust, in this suspension of trust, in this releasing of control. Beautiful. Favorite reading of this month, I think, for me. It's gorgeous. Okay. Trust. What did we just say? From Mother Mary, it's trust. Plain and simple. Trust the divine. Trust that you never will be hungry again. Capricorn, love with an open heart. Allow your heart to be open. Allow yourself to release that control. And so much will flow in. So much. In November. Wow. Thank you. That was beautiful. Okay. Aquarius. Let's see what's happening for Aquarius in November. For Aquarius, you first have death. Let's just start right off with transformation. And in this deck, I do love how the light is shining in, and it's just like a gentle, lovely awakening from that darkness. So it's really like it's like the dawn after the night in this deck. Rather than anything scary, it's the sunlight coming in. And movement forward for Aquarius. So as that sun comes in, as you have this light come in, this complete transformation, this releasing of the old, of the darkness, you can move forward. And this beautiful new energy, following your soul, following the divine, into this new beginning in your physical life. So in order to have and embrace this new beginning in your physical life, it is important for you to allow something in your physical life to die away, metaphorically, to be moved away so that you can move forward into this new beginning in the physical in November. Okay, so you're going to receive a gift, a new beginning. It is going to require you to completely let go of the old to receive it. But when you look at both, I forget the word, when you look at both, this is much better, more beautiful, more in alignment for you than the old. So, it's divine for you to let go. Even if it feels like you're conflicted, like you're like, oh, but I have these, I have this emotional attachment to the old, or I have the security attachment to the old. It's trusting this is really good. What's coming in November is really good. It's really good because it's bringing you into a place of success, into a place of being able to manifest powerfully and be in strength and power in your divine connection. To be successful, to be looked, to be victorious. I was going to say to be looked to as by others, but in this deck, the focus is on your solitary strength and you having reached the top of the mountain. It's not so much about what others are seeing. It's about your personal victory with the divine coming through you and you being able to see that in the ways that are important to you in your life because you have released to move forward. That's what's happening in November for you, Aquarius. 9 of Cups. You're coming into a lot in November. Because not only do you have this new beginning in the physical, and this can be financial, this can be a living arrangement, a job, something very fulfilling to you with this 6 of Wands, something that makes you feel very accomplished. This is a new business, something like that. And then with this 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment and feeling supported and empowered, and feeling that on your own. You know, this is not an energy that's dependent on anyone else except the divine. So coming into all this abundance, again, it's, you know, a solitary energy for Aquarius, but it is a very supported, victorious, and beautiful energy. All of this is a solitary energy. Even this Ace of Pentacles, it's like this thing that's coming in is just for you, Aquarius. It's really not having to do with anybody else. Okay, just getting clarification on this 9 of Cups. I need clarification on the clarification because it's the 5 of Swords, which, okay, all right, here we go. So you're being invited with this Ace of Pentacles to move forward in this new beginning, but like we said, it requires completely letting go. And there's a fear around letting go because of pain. You feel like in letting go, you're going to be causing pain to somebody or you're going to be experiencing pain. So this death, it feels like, okay. Okay. It feels like it's going to be painful and scary, but you have to trust the divine that it's not. Because the divine is showing you, no, you're going to be victorious. You're going to have all this support and fulfillment. You're going to receive this gift. It's all fine, but it's this thing of like, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. I'm scared it's going to hurt. I'm scared I'm going to hurt someone else. But you are being asked, guided to release that fear. And the swords are just a fear. They're just mental. And it's important for you to release that fear in November in order for you to be able to move forward from this place of juggling and going back and forth and being unsure of your next step to this place of moving forward boldly in this new beginning in your life. So honestly, for some of you, I'm seeing divorce. For some of you, I'm seeing leaving a job that has brought you a lot of security. For some of you, I'm seeing Aquarius moving. This is a physical change, and you're afraid this is somehow going to hurt someone or you're going to get hurt by it, but you are being asked to trust. It's a gift from the divine, so you've got to trust and release. Yeah, you've got to release this attachment, Aquarius. This is a 5 for change. The divine is trying to change things for you because this is what you've manifested, and you've been successful with that 6 of Wands at manifesting it. So you must, or you don't must, but you are being guided to release the attachment that would hold you back by that chain to that old life and that mask that you had to wear. You're now free, so embrace that. So this card is about what's blocking you. What is blocking you, Aquarius, as you move forward? What is the divine telling you is blocking you? And it's a feeling, it's a resistance to following your guidance with this 7. And it is a sense that you're afraid, and I don't want to put that on you and line you with that. You're not afraid, but what's blocking you would be a fear that the energy coming from others, that you wouldn't be able to handle it, okay? So that 5 of Swords, fear of, oh, I'm going to hurt someone, or there are going to be people who don't approve, or this person's going to give me a lot of resistance to this change I'm making, or I'm going to be judged. There's a fear here that you can't handle those battles, but they're not even really going to be battles, because see, these figures are just made of stone. They're not even scary. They're just basically masks. So it's releasing the fear that you can't handle, that resistance that this change is going to cause around you, that it's not even going to be as bad as you feel or think it's going to be. So this is now guidance for Aquarius around how to shift out of that fear, of making that change, okay? It's all about making a decision. It's all about looking at the truth and making a clear decision in that truth. This is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords shows someone who needs to make a decision, but is blindfolded, and in this case, blinded to the divine guidance that's coming in, blinded to what the truth that the third eye is seeing. So your guidance, Aquarius, is that you must make the decision. You must decide you're going to look at the truth. And I've said a lot of musts for you, Aquarius, which I don't typically say. So, and you don't, like I said, you don't must anything. You don't have to do anything, but you are being very strongly guided by your loving guides right now to look at the truth, the soul truth of your situation, of your life, of what you're being given and shown, and embrace the gifts and release the old, okay? It's just, I'm getting that really strongly for you, Aquarius. You're the only sign I've gotten this for, to free yourself. You're the only sign I've gotten this kind of energy for. This card came out for someone else, Aries. But to free yourself, another 5 for change. It's time to free yourself from the bars, from the limitations, from the fears of what others need, see, think, want, expect, would judge you in. And it's time to free yourself and be in yourself, to be yourself. Aquarius, I'm getting for you, it's time to be yourself. And then when you do, you're going to receive so many rewards and gifts from the divine in the physical with that Ace of Pentacles, okay? Aquarius, expect a miracle. This is that Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be miraculous this month. It's going to be, like I say, a new job, a new home, a new relationship, a windfall, something miraculous in the physical. A new living arrangement, something. And I trust God, I trust in God to know the perfect solution to this situation. So trusting that this is what's destined, what's meant to be, what's right for you, what's in alignment with your higher self. Trusting for Aquarius, thank you. Wow, this is so perfect for this spread. Aquarius, become the master you seek. Become the master you seek. This whole spread has been about you looking to others. What are others going to think? What are others going to feel? What are others going to need? This is about you freeing yourself and becoming your own master. And the gifts that you're going to receive from that. When you become your own master, when you become connected with the divine, in that powerful way, you're going to receive so many gifts this month in the physical. You are your own master, and you're your own master through your divine connection, through God. He strengthens you. So that is beautiful. Thank you, Aquarius. Thank you. And now we're going to see what's happening with Pisces. Last but never least, and I just dropped the cards, so it could be that this is a slippery time, a time when it's like, whoa, whoa, but everything's going to come together. For Pisces, let's see, for November. Being very careful. It's like everything, you feel like you're a little bit on slippery ice. Yeah. In November, so just take careful steps, but you're doing fine. It's just because you're moving into new territory. Pisces, because you've put down Synchronistic train for you. Yes, this is a really crucial, pivotal time for you, Pisces. There's only a couple of signs who have gotten the Wheel of Fortune, and you're one of them. So this is a very pivotal month for you. And it is new territory. For sure. So it starts off with the Ten of Wands, which is about you putting down past burdens. It's about you changing the way you see your role in life with yourself and others, and putting down past burdens. Putting down everything you've been used to, and I'm even seeing you releasing your need to be the person who is providing, releasing your need to seem like you are always in control. This Queen of Pentacles, she's solid, she's stable, she is just like, you know, a career woman. This is someone who really has her stuff together in the physical perception. But in my readings, this person can also be a little bit cut off from their emotions because they have spent so much time working on their strength in the physical world. But you're putting down this burden now. It's like, I don't really have to be so in control and so strong physically and so much of the provider. Things are shifting where I can receive more and where I can allow myself to move in the direction of my passion. And this Wheel of Fortune is showing something crucial happening in November, especially in combination with this Eight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune and this Eight of Wands is showing just absolutely something coming in that is just going to be like this, like a stampede of guidance, of pivotal, divinely timed events coming in like an avalanche and moving you into a completely new, with the Page of Wands, this is really new. It's like you're going to start all over. And you get to, I'm getting like this sense of like you get to live like a second life. It's like your old life as that Queen of Pentacles is completely ending, and in November you get born into a new life, a soul-connected life. This is you being reborn into a completely new soul-connected life. And I'm going to ask for one more around this Page of Wands, one more bit of clarification for Pisces for November. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. So this Ten of Pentacles is you being able to retire. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles is about retiring and really being able to kick back, be supported. Look at, you can just, you know, you enjoy power, protection, fertility. Like you can just sit back and enjoy nature and your home and your family and your life and everything you've been working so hard for as the Queen of Pentacles. Now is your time to just enjoy it. And just like that person who would retire and be like, what do I do now? You're in this Page of Wands energy of, what do I do now? I'm excited, but I feel like a baby about this. Like a baby in that I don't know what to do. Because you're reborn into life. And so it's like, yeah, that old life, you're retired from being the Queen of Pentacles. Now you're born into this new life of whatever you want. What do I want? And one card that wants to peek out is the Lovers. So it could be that this is a time of renewed reconnectedness in the romantic sense. Like if you're married, it's like you're coming into falling in love all over again, but in a whole other different way. So it is very new feeling. If you're not married, maybe you know, you're coming into finding a new love, and it just feels very new and exciting, but also kind of like, how do I do this? Okay. Yeah, because Pisces, you are leaving the comfort of the garden. There was a comfort of being that Queen of Pentacles. It was predictable. You knew what to expect. You could control it because you were the queen of that. This is you leaving that garden where you were in command and moving out into, past the gate, into the expanse that the divine is now moving you in. And again, that makes you feel very new, very, very vulnerable, very unsure But it's a 3, which is you and the divine and the Holy Trinity. You within in balance, and then the divine leading you and you together being powerful. So just know that even though you feel in November new and unsure, and like they're showing this little baby deer taking your little steps in this direction, you are strong. You're ultimately strong because you have the leadership and the passion and the power of the divine coming through you. Okay, so that's beautiful. What is the block for Pisces? What is blocking Pisces in manifesting right now? It's a reluctance to shine. As that Queen of Pentacles, you are always kind of contained and maybe a little muted because, at least outwardly, you may not have been showing your whole true soul self, because so much of that Pentacles, world does require you to kind of tone things down, to kind of keep within, an appropriate level of intensity, I'll say. And now you're feeling a little resistant to shine in your fullness, to really go crazy. Not crazy, crazy, but crazy like crazy good. In this new beginning, of this being a 10, which is a 1 for new beginning, and to really let your heart shine. It's like, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And there's a little bit of reluctance there, but I'm going to ask for guidance around clearing that for Pisces. Thank you. It is to be gentle and nurturing with yourself, to let that light shine, to reach out, to connect with others and the divine, to ask for that help, to allow yourself to be supported by that divine energy, by your guides, by your own higher self, to allow yourself to be lifted up. Allow yourself to shine in all your glory. Allow yourself to speak your truth with this blue. And again, like that 10 of Pentacles and that retirement energy, just allow yourself to enjoy life for a change, Pisces. Because you have been working so hard. You have been that, in control person for so long. It's your turn. There's fear popping out. It's your turn, Pisces, to enjoy, to kick back, to explore. To explore a lot of things, including your sensuality. So it's time. I already talked about the spark of a new love. Whether it's with an existing person you've been with or a new person, it's this new spark. So follow that sensuality. It's going to lead you somewhere beautiful. It's going to lead you into this new beginning. Follow that spark in every way. Okay? And Mother Mary's message for Pisces is mercy. I am kind and thoughtful toward myself and others. Be merciful to yourself and others. You were this Queen of Pentacles, so you were kind of no nonsense and like this is the way things need to be. But now you're shifting into a place of more gentleness, more kindness, coming more from that heart space, really tender heart space, and just allowing that to be nurtured divinely, and allowing that to be something you feel for yourself and others, that mercy, okay? And finally for Pisces for November. Message for Pisces for November. Magic is alive. Ask your divine child. So there is a lot of energy in your reading, Pisces, about that childlike wonder and that childlike energy with the Page of Wands. Allowing that magic to be alive. Allowing it to flow through your life and bring new things into your life And really, again, I'm getting for you Pisces, it's like, it's a whole new life. It's literally like you've ended one lifetime and began another one all in the same lifetime. So allowing that to happen, allowing the magic of that to happen. And I haven't done this for anybody else, but there's one more message from the Crystal Visions Tarot for you, and it is definitely the world, because as I hope you could see that, it just went whoop. So this is definitely for you. It is the ending of that old cycle. So I just finished, that's kind of blowing my mind. So I just finished saying how it was literally you ending a previous life and beginning another life in this lifetime. That's what this card is about. Completely ending the previous cycle and allowing this new, completely new cycle to begin. And allowing it to be completely new. And trusting that it's going to be an entire world. Like that garden in the gate, there's a whole world out there that you don't know. That yes, you are going to feel strange in for a while, but that it's going to bring you so much wonder as you explore it. And you're going to get a whole bonus other lifetime in this lifetime. So don't miss that. It's definitely starting now in November, Pisces, for you. I'm excited for you. Okay, thank you. We'll talk again soon. Have a great month.